The historic Elmhurst mansion is a stately home with a rich political history and a supposed curse. The original structure of the house was built in 1831 by Oliver Smith, who was a state representative and senator from Indiana. It consisted of 4 rooms, 2 stories in height, with immense chimneys at each end. Later it was sold to Caleb B. Smith, who was also a state representative from Indiana, the 6th U.S. Secretary of the Interior under Abraham Lincoln, and a U.S. Judge of the District of Indiana. In 1829, Caleb petitioned for membership of the Warren Masonic Lodge, and in the 1830s, he served as worshipful master of this lodge. He was one of the most eloquent and powerful stump speakers in the U.S. He died in Indianapolis in 1864. It is said that it was his dying wish to be buried on the grounds of the estate he so well loved. After Caleb, the property changed hands a couple of times and was later purchased in 1850 by his brother-in-law, Samuel Parker. In addition to being a lawyer, Parker was also a newspaper editor, president of the Whitewater Canal Company, and president of the Junction Railroad Company. He was prosecuting attorney for the Sixth Circuit Court in the 1830s. Parker also served in the U.S. State House of Representatives, State Senate, and the U.S. House of Representatives. He died suddenly on February 1, 1859. And now for the curse. The History of Fayette County, published by Warner Beers and Company in 1885, tells of the curse of the Elm Farm. As a judge, Samuel Parker was harsh, unyielding as to points of law, and followed the strict letter of the statutes. Many times he publicly took the opportunity to deny the existence of God. James McIntosh was a young man but a very successful lawyer. His part in the events which follow was minor, yet cannot be omitted from the story. It is related that a trial was being held in Judge Parker's court at which a black witness was about to testify. When directed to stand and be sworn in, he made a request for a Bible. The lawyers who were examining him were Caleb Smith and James McIntosh. Judge Parker rose from his seat and berated the man and ridiculed his profession of religion. He demanded of him what a Bible meant to an ignorant man like him. The man finally stood before the judge and said, "Your Honor, the absence of a Bible in your court has been explained by you. To me, the Bible means the great truth, the basis and foundation of all law, the inspired word of God directed to man regardless of color or class. This denial of God will bring upon you, sir, and all your possessions and all who follow you sorrow, death, and destruction." From this day on, it was common to hear that Parker and his family and belongings were cursed, and so was Caleb and James.